So guys, I'm wondering what your take is on Bob DeLeo's new economic development bill, which is pretty different in some key respects from the vision that Governor Patrick laid out a few weeks back. What do you think of this discrepancy between DeLeo's economic development ideas and the governor's?
Well, the big difference, of course, is the non-compete, getting rid of the non-compete, which Governor Patrick included in his.
Yep.
DeLeo does not include at all. There's some indication from the House Chairman Wagner that down the line they'll do something, they'll tweak the rules, but not get rid of it completely. This is something that the House tends to be more attuned to business interests, and a lot of the business lobbyists didn't like this.
Yeah, and Wagner said, I heard from more people who wanted to keep him than who wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, and I think that that the other thing is that the House is more attuned to the upcoming elections. A lot of them don't have any competition, but a number of them do. DeLeo is very good at looking for what will help them in their districts, and so his package is more focused on regional development money. Oh, there's going to be money coming to your district and your district and your area. So that's the kind of thing that he likes to focus on.
Now, there's a difference of opinion also on liquor licenses and whether the state should mete them out to cities and towns, or whether cities and towns should determine who gets licenses themselves. DeLeo wants to keep it under state control. What do you think of that?
Well, I'm going to ignore your question.
Good.
And I'm going to
What
tell
would
you
you like to talk about today, Peter?
what I think this shows, the discrepancies here, is Governor Patrick at war with Governor DeLeo, or the other way around. And I think the implication here, it's less important about what's going on right now. It's not unimportant, but that's less important. And it really suggests to me that Speaker DeLeo might get along better with
Governor Baker.
With Governor Baker, thank you. With Governor Baker than he would with the Democratic governor. I mean, the two Democrats are positioning themselves on the left wing of the party. They want to be Governor Patrick's successor, maybe even more to the left. DeLeo is a centrist. Pure and simple, and that's what this all tells me.
Which reflects the makeup of the House, frankly.
100% right.
Yeah. The other thing is that you have the Senate, which is betwixt and between. You've got the outgoing Senator Therese Murray, as Senate President, and you've got essentially a shadow Senate President in Stan Rosenberg, sort of running his own thing. So the truth is, not a lot of stuff is going to get done. I think that what they're working towards is either some kind of ultimate compromise package. Remember, the state Senate has not put forward their version of this bill, and they've indicated it's not going to be along the same lines.
And they got to do it quickly, right? July, they got to
very quickly. So either there's going to be a compromise on very little in those packages, or everyone will get to put out there what I wanted, and they'll get to campaign on that.
Yeah, if all this stuff is so darn important, why are we waiting to what's close to the last minute? But I would say the atmospherics are more instructive and maybe more important than the legislative specifics.
So does this mean that whoever the next governor is going to have to come into the corner office and, figuratively speaking, kiss Bob DeLeo's ring? I mean,
obviously. I mean, but
not
also
just his ring.
But remember, there was some tension with Governor Patrick and Sal DeMacy, the former House Speaker, DeLeo's predecessor, where DeMacy seemed to think that Patrick was kind of coming in with too much swagger, too much self-confidence, didn't really know how the game got played. And as it turned out, he's fared better long-term than Sal DeMacy.
Well, sure.
For reasons involving criminal justice.
But it's also, sure, that whoever comes in next as governor is going to have to deal with the DeLeo and Stan Rosenberg, and is going to have to know that, or will come in and not do it well and not get what they want done. But remember also that whatever they're working on now is going to get erased, because the new governor, whoever it is going to come in with an agenda that one way or another the legislature will have to deal with, whether they do it.
And to Peter's point, it won't be sort of a end of 8 years, here's my afterthoughts.
No, I think the big thing is that that Governor Patrick is not shirking his responsibilities, but he is not engaged. And I think that ticks off many people in the legislature. It either ticks them off or they see an opportunity to run roughshod.
Now, you know, if the governor or any of his surrogates watch this, they're going to be upset because they're going to say, well, he's been traveling, selling Massachusetts abroad, relentlessly pushing economic growth for the state. Why is he being attacked by WGBH's
Well,
Peter Kadzis?
it's all Scott Lehigh's fault.
All right, there it is.
And
Last
you know,
word to you.
no, I think that your point is well taken. The legislature is increasingly sort of convinced that the governor's checked out. The governor's side of the building strongly disagrees with that. You know, and who knows where exactly the truth lies, but the perception is certainly there.
All right, let's leave it there, guys. Thanks as always. Thank you for watching The Scrum. We'll see you again soon.